What's up, YouTube? So, I'm here with Bill at VacLab once again on Memorial Day weekend. Brought up my Electrolux Marquis, but I don't think it has the original Marquis motor. We just tested it, and it has a 12 amp motor, and on the sticker, plastic, whatever you call it, inside said it had a, what was it, an 8 point...
Well, mine I think was 8.4. This one says without power nozzle 8 amps, but we didn't measure 8 amps.
It was 12 point, or
yeah, it was 11.96. Let's call it 12.
Yeah,
12 amp motor in here. However it got in here, there's a 12 amp motor.
it sounds just like the perfect motor in the perfect Electrolux they have out now today.
So I have a little bag faker type of a system in here that I use. We're not vacuuming anything up. Put this in, and this is tremendous. We got out of here right there with this, and I'll do it in a minute, 165 CFM from the suction unit. That's incredible. This one right here that has the lowly original motor is 114 CFM. It's incredible. We'll now show you the difference. Just unbelievable airflow. I mean, wow. Just wow. Okay, got the old anemometer. And notice how this machine runs a little higher pitch. Alright, so I got like 61, 62, we can round it to like say 6200, and just for the heck of it, I'll just take 61, 62, why not? So we did a previous test, we got 165, okay, this one is 160. So just a quickie test, you're talking 160 some odd CFM. That's insane! That's absolutely insane. Okay, so let's go ahead and repeat the same test with my original, all original 1401B. We could probably use a little bearing service. Same thing. Gotta put it on max. There we go. All right. All right, I'll take 4390. Let's see what that does. 4390. 114 and a half, maybe 115. Okay, that's fantastic. And that's probably what you would normally expect. So what else is so cool about this is, let's do an end of the hose test. I mean, this is also equally surprising. Really something. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and just use a barometer because it's visually exciting to do this. I'm going to have to measure the suction as well. All right, so here we go with this, and there it is. Watch this.
Boom.
That's 110 CFM. That's 110 CFM, I think. That's really something. Wow. And if I do the same test with the original one, with the motor that actually runs at 8.4 amps, I just actually tested it. It obviously will get a lot less, but what a change. See, that's not bad. I'm getting about a 7. And I don't have my chart up. just yet. That's really something special. I mean, geez. Let's see here. CFM. So a 7 is 97. 97 right here, and a 10 is 110. That's incredible out of such an old machine. But what blows me away is however a 12 amp motor got in this Marquis 1521.
Yes.
Wow. Of course, you know what? It's about 50% more power, and it's a little less than 50% more power, but it's a little less than 50% more airflow. So that makes perfect sense. Of course, this machine's a little bit louder, but so what? That is absolutely tremendous. And you know what we got to do now? We got to do a suction test. I'll start out with this one, and we'll see what this one does. So let's see if we can get good lighting. Can you see that? Is that good? All right, here we go with the suction test. 1401B. I'm going to say about 66. And I think I heard a little bit of air leaking in there. I don't think taking this ball and turning it around will help a whole lot, but let's just do the same thing. So say 66, I'm expecting a lot more out of this 1521. This is really something. All right, here we go. Hopefully we get a good seal. Wow. Okay, I'm going to call that 82. So that is quite a difference. I was not aware that you could get such a great motor in here, and maybe it's an unusual thing to have such a great motor in here, but it has it, and that's a lot of fun. All right, here I am with Thomas Rectenwald's Kirby Sentria A1, and it even has the original, we'll call it, say, a side zipper bag. It's got a brand new one of these red super uber allergen bags in there, never been used, and I am hoping that we can get about 127 CFM out of this thing. It's got the updated emptor and bag that is compared to a G6 right here. So this one's like 120, maybe 121, and my Sentria 2 runs at 137. So I'm guessing this one should be in the middle, like said, maybe 127 CFM or so. So let's see what I get, and that should be a little over 4,800 feet per minute, and then I'll convert it, of course. So if I take 4882, let's do 4882 times 0.026099. I'm at 127, almost 127 and a half. So this is actually the second time that I've managed to get this reading, so I'm going to go with it. So really happy to actually confirm that there's an improvement between, say, a G6 and then going to a Sentria 1, and of course there's a G7 in there somewhere, I don't have one to measure, and then the Sentria 2, which goes all the way up to 137. So we have Mr. Thomas Rectenwald's Sentria 1, and we have a very rusty spindle right here. So I tried previously with some steel wool, and that wasn't strong enough. I even tried standard just aught, and it didn't make it. So now I have, let's see, what is this, 200 grit, 400 grit, and then 2000 grit. I'm going to see if we can't sand this off and make it look a little better. right, so obviously that did a pretty good job, but this is going to leave it a little rough. So see, that's not as shiny as it could be. So now I'll do the 400, and then I'll end up with the 2000. Look at it, all nice and shiny. Oh, there's the button here. Okay, so Mr. Rectenwald, I'm very sorry, but you have an intense clean spot on your Sentria A1 at the moment.
Well, shucks.
Yeah, look at that puppy shine. And it is not only shiny, but it's also smooth. So that's one way to get rust off of that thing.
Sandpaper.
Yep. And we have a 1988 Heritage 2 Legend. Take it away, Thomas.
Much harder to push. That's not bad at all. It's a little bit. Just for laughs and giggles, I'm gonna do two.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, a little hard.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
I heard the motor strain up a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not too bad at all. I hear it pick up sand.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
All right, we have his favorite machine.
The green Ricard.
Yep, 8850 with the refurbished bearings in another video. Let her rip.
With pleasure. Harder to push than the Heritage 2, actually.
It would be. Might have been some rice, leftover rice. I was doing some rice tests earlier.
They all have dirty carpet.
Yeah. Oh no, what's the world coming to?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Now it's fresh and clean.
Yep.
Ta-da! There you have
Ah, love those fresh bearings. Well, we're going to do, as a final closeout activity for our mini-meet number 2, we're going to take this old power nozzle and we're going to hook it up to this newer machine. Now, if you remember, this machine has a hot-rodded motor in it that we measured it, I think it was 165 CFM in here. That's tremendous. That's unbelievable. And to that end, we measured 110 CFM right here. So it should be about 90 CFM down here, which is way beyond what Electrolux would have ever imagined this power nozzle running at. So we're going to have fun with it and do a few tests. So I'm going to try to lift the carpet with it, because before it could never really do that. Let's see if it'll lift it. Look at that. 90 CFM is what I estimate that being. And this nozzle isn't supposed to have that much. Also, listen to that. Listen to all that airflow. Absolutely tremendous. All right, I'm going to vacuum a little bit. We'll put a little flour underneath. I don't know what it's going to do. Yeah, that's really something. All right, let's put a little flour under the carpet. Now this brush roll is very, very gentle. It might not be able to keep the carpet pores from getting clogged, so I have no idea what this is going to pick up. So 90 CFM with very gentle agitation. Let's see what it can do. So there's the before. Give it a couple passes. All right, that's just 2 passes.
Wow, that is crazy.
We got a blob, and I think we have a
little
tiny
bit.
clog. We got a little clog, and that corresponds to the blob. Other than that, yep.
That is crazy.
Woohoo! Now this is a fairly small nozzle opening. Well, compared to like say a Kirby, for example, it's not the smallest thing in the world, but it isn't large. And 90 CFM across this area, yeah, baby, that really picks it up. Listen to all that airflow. Wow. I'll just go across it like that. That's it. That's really fantastic.
Close out to mini meat number 2.
Yep.